Have you ever felt a quiet stirring within, as if life's struggles, doubts, setbacks, or restless yearnings are whispering that something greater awaits? Welcome to Stoic Pulse, where the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus reveals that these challenges are not your defeat, but signs of a profound transformation. In life's crucible, pain and uncertainty forge breakthroughs, and Stoic philosophy teaches us to see these signals clearly. Epictetus reminds us, there is only one way to happiness: cease worrying about things beyond our will. Today we'll uncover 7 Stoic signs that your life is poised to shift, moments of discomfort, growth, or unexpected openings that herald a new chapter. These signs, from a lawyer's urge to change paths to a parent's calm amidst chaos, show that struggles are not endings but beginnings, preparing you for a life aligned with purpose. Guided by Stoic insights, we'll explore how to recognize and embrace these moments, not as burdens, but as invitations to evolve. Whether you're questioning your direction or seizing small opportunities, this journey equips you to act with courage. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's trials, and comment "Inner Peace" below to join our community. Let's dive into these 7 signs and discover how your challenges are paving the way for a life of clarity and strength. Sign 1. You feel the need to change something. As we embark on this Stoic journey to uncover the signs of life's transformation, we begin with a powerful signal that stirs deep within. You feel the need to change something. Life's rhythm may carry you forward, but there comes a moment when the familiar, your job, routines, or even relationships, feels like a coat grown too tight, constricting your spirit. This restlessness, this unshakable sense that you're meant for more, is no mere whim. It's your soul's call to evolve. Those who ignore this urge cling to comfort, only to find stagnation's quiet ache. But Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus teach us to heed this call, to see discomfort as a spark of growth. With Stoic Pulse as our guide, we'll explore this first sign, recognizing it as a beacon of a life poised to transform. Consider Maya, a corporate lawyer in a bustling city firm. Her days are a blur of contracts and client meetings, her success marked by promotions and a corner office. Yet each morning, as she sips her coffee, a gnawing unease settles in. The work that once thrilled her now feels hollow, draining her energy rather than igniting it. She dreams of writing novels, of crafting stories that inspire, but dismisses the thought as impractical. The urge grows louder. Her commute feels suffocating, her polished suits like a costume. Doubt creeps in. Am I ungrateful? Shouldn't I be content? Then Maya recalls a Stoic lesson. She pauses one morning, journal in hand, and asks, "What is this restlessness telling me?" The answer emerges. She craves creative freedom. Hesitantly, she enrolls in a writing workshop, dedicating weekends to her craft. Months later, her first short story is published, and a literary agent takes notice. Maya's unease wasn't a flaw. It was a signal guiding her toward a life aligned with her true calling. Seneca teaches, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Maya's fear of abandoning a stable career could have trapped her, her mind weaving tales of failure or regret. Stoicism urges us to face this restlessness head-on, to see it not as a threat but as a truth. That nagging sense that something's not right isn't ingratitude. It's your intuition whispering that you've outgrown your current reality. Think of a plant, its roots pressing against a pot's walls. Staying confined stunts its growth, but breaking free lets it thrive. Maya's corporate life was her pot, and her urge to write was the root seeking new soil. Epictetus says, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Reacting to restlessness with action, however small, unlocks transformation. Maya didn't quit her job overnight. She took one step, a workshop, and let it lead her forward. This sign is a call to listen inward. Each morning as you rise, pause to ask, what feels misaligned? What change do I crave? It might be a job that no longer inspires, a routine that dulls your spirit, or a relationship that stifles your growth. Write the answer, no matter how daunting. If fear persists, perhaps the risk of change feels too great. Reflect calmly. What's within your control? You can't guarantee success, but you can take one step, like Maya's workshop, without upending your life. Marcus Aurelius advises, you have power over your mind, not outside events. By choosing to act on your intuition, you reclaim that power, setting your morning on a path of purpose. Stoic Pulse invites us to see this urge as a gift, not a burden. Maya's story shows that restlessness is the universe nudging you toward a life that fits your soul. Start your day by honoring this signal, perhaps journaling one change you'd make no matter how small. This practice sets a tone of courage, preparing you for the signs ahead. As we move forward, we'll explore how a hunger for self-improvement fuels your transformation. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's shifts. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's continue uncovering the signs of your life's rebirth. Sign 2, you're more focused on self-improvement. As we journey deeper into the Stoic signs heralding life's transformation, having recognized the restless urge to change as a call to evolve, we now encounter a second signal pulsing with purpose. You're more focused on self-improvement. The days may unfold with their usual demands, but suddenly a fire ignites within. A hunger to grow, to sharpen your mind, to replace old habits with ones that lift you higher. This isn't a fleeting whim. It's your soul preparing for a new chapter. Those who ignore this drive settle for stagnation, drifting through life's motions. But Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus teach us to embrace this hunger, to see it as a sign that greater opportunities await. With Stoic Pulse as our guide, we'll uncover this sign, recognizing it as a beacon of a life poised to soar. Picture Arjun, a high school teacher in a small town, whose days blend into a cycle of lesson plans and grading. Once content with routine, he now feels a restless pull toward growth. A chance encounter with a Stoic podcast sparks something, a desire to be more than he is. Mornings once spent scrolling news shift to reading Seneca's letters. Evenings once lost to TV become moments of journaling, questioning old habits like procrastination. Doubt creeps in. Am I chasing a fantasy? Can I really change? Yet Arjun recalls a Stoic lesson. He sets a small goal. Replace 1 hour of distraction with learning each day. He studies Stoic principles, practices meditation, and starts running to build discipline. Months later, his newfound clarity inspires his students, and he's invited to lead a district-wide workshop on mindfulness in education. Arjun's hunger for self-improvement wasn't random. It was a signal, preparing him for a role he never imagined. Marcus Aurelius teaches, you have power over your mind, not outside events. This drive to improve isn't mere ambition. It's your mind claiming its power, readying you for what's coming. Arjun's shift from passivity to discipline aligned his actions with his potential. Stoicism values self-mastery, urging us to forge ourselves through effort. Epictetus says, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Arjun's reaction to his restlessness, choosing growth over comfort, set him on a transformative path. This sign is like a blacksmith heating iron. The heat of your effort shapes you for the challenges ahead. Your subconscious senses a new phase, pushing you to become sharper, stronger, ready to seize what's next. Seneca advises, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Arjun could have imagined self-improvement as futile, fearing failure or ridicule. Stoicism asks us to strip away such fears, to focus on the task at hand. Each morning, pause to ask, how can I grow today? It might be reading a page of philosophy, practicing a new skill, or breaking a small habit, like Arjun's hour of learning. These acts aren't trivial, they're the forge of your transformation. If doubts persist, perhaps time feels scarce, reflect calmly. What's within your control? You can't add hours, but you can prioritize one small step. Arjun's journal became his Stoic tool, a space to track progress, not perfection. This practice builds a habit of growth, preparing you for life's shifts. Self-improvement is a quiet rebellion against complacency. A cashier studies coding at night, inching toward a tech career. A parent practices patience, transforming family dynamics. These efforts, rooted in discipline, signal readiness for change. Stoic Pulse calls us to see this hunger as a gift, a sign your future demands a stronger you. Arjun's story proves that small steps toward growth pave the way for breakthroughs. Start your morning by committing to one act of improvement, perhaps 5 minutes of meditation or a single page read. This sets a tone of resolve, preparing you for the signs ahead. As we move forward, we'll explore how setbacks test your strength. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's shifts. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's continue uncovering the signs of your life's rebirth. Sign 3. Setbacks are piling up. As we press forward on our Stoic path, having kindled a hunger for self-improvement to ready ourselves for transformation, we now face a sign that tests the steel of our resolve. Setbacks are piling up. Life's rhythm may seem to falter when challenges cascade, one obstacle after another, like waves crashing relentlessly against a shore. These moments, fraught with frustration, can tempt us to question our path, to see failure as a verdict. Yet Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus teach us to view these trials not as punishments, but as preparations, forging us for the breakthrough ahead. With Stoic Pulse as our beacon, we'll explore this sign, recognizing that life's storms are sculpting a stronger, wiser self, poised for a life-altering shift. Picture Layla, a small business owner running a boutique bakery in a vibrant neighborhood. Her dream, built on years of saving and passion, thrives until supply chain disruptions hit. Flour prices soar, deliveries stall, and a key oven breaks, draining her reserves. Then a loyal customer posts a critical review online, citing a single off day, and orders dip. Each setback feels like a personal blow, her vision crumbling under the weight of what next? Despair whispers, give up, close shop, admit defeat. But Layla recalls a Stoic lesson. One morning, amidst the quiet hum of her empty bakery, she sits with a notebook and asks, what can I control? She lists actions: renegotiate with suppliers, repair the oven on a budget, respond to the review with grace. She pivots, offering baking classes to boost revenue, and her transparency wins back customers. Months later, her bakery thrives, now a community hub. Layla's setbacks weren't the end. They were the chisel, shaping her resilience and ingenuity for a brighter future. Epictetus teaches, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Setbacks aren't signs of failure, but mirrors reflecting your capacity to endure and adapt. Layla's trials revealed her grit, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Stoicism doesn't promise a life free of storms. It offers a way to stand firm within them. Marcus Aurelius says, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Each challenge Layla faced, price hikes, broken equipment, criticism, became a path to innovation. This sign is life's forge, testing you to ensure you're ready for what's coming. When setbacks pile up, the reflex is to despair, to ask, why me? But the Stoic asks, what can I do? This shift transforms a morning of dread into one of resolve, setting the stage for transformation. Seneca advises, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Layla could have imagined her bakery's collapse, letting fear paralyze her. Stoicism urges us to strip setbacks to their truth, a problem to solve, not a story of doom. Each morning, as you face life's trials, pause to ask, what's the obstacle? How can I act? Write one step forward, perhaps addressing a delayed project or mending a misunderstanding. Layla's notebook became her Stoic anchor, a tool to focus on action, not anguish. If setbacks persist, say another financial hit looms, reflect calmly. What's within your control? You can't stop the storm, but you can steer your ship. This practice builds resilience, honed in small moments. A missed deadline met with a revised plan, a rejection answered with renewed effort. Setbacks are universal teachers. A student fails an exam but studies smarter, acing the next. A parent juggles job loss but finds freelance work, rebuilding stability. These trials, met with Stoic resolve, signal growth. Stoic Pulse calls us to see setbacks as preparation, not punishment. Layla's story proves that challenges forge the strength needed for breakthroughs. Start your morning by naming one obstacle and one action to face it, setting a tone of courage. As we move forward, we'll explore how unexpected opportunities spark your transformation. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's shifts. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's continue uncovering the signs of your life's rebirth. Sign 4. Unexpected opportunities are showing up. As we weave further along our Stoic path, having forged resilience through the crucible of setbacks, we now encounter a sign that glimmers with possibility. Unexpected opportunities are showing up. Life's storms may have tested your endurance, but in their wake, small openings emerge, subtle invitations that whisper of change. A chance encounter, a sudden offer, or a fleeting idea may seem trivial, yet these are no accidents. They are the universe's nudge toward transformation. Those who overlook these moments wait for grand gestures, missing the sparks that ignite great shifts. But Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus teach us to seize what lies within our grasp, to act with courage on these quiet openings. With Stoic Pulse as our guide, we'll explore the sign, recognizing it as a beacon of a life ready to unfold anew. Picture Javier, a graphic designer stuck in a monotonous office job, creating logos for clients who rarely value his creativity. Months of uninspired work and rejected pitches have dimmed his spark, leaving him questioning his career. One morning, as he sips coffee at a local cafe, a stranger strikes up a conversation, a local entrepreneur seeking a designer for a freelance project. The offer is modest, a small branding job for a startup, and Javier hesitates. It's not the big break he envisioned, and self-doubt murmurs, "Is this worth my time?" But he recalls a Stoic lesson. He pauses, reflecting, "What can I control? I can take this step, see where it leads." He accepts the gig, pouring his heart into the designs. The startup loves his work, leading to more contracts and an invitation to join a creative collective. A year later, Javier freelances full-time, his portfolio vibrant with projects that fuel his passion. That chance cafe encounter wasn't random. It was a signal, a door cracked open to a life aligned with his talents. Marcus Aurelius teaches, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Opportunities, however small, are paths through life's obstacles, inviting you to act within your power. Javier's mundane job was a barrier, but the freelance offer became his way forward. Stoicism doesn't promise golden invitations. It urges you to work with what's given, trusting that small steps lead to great destinations. Epictetus says, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Javier's reaction, choosing action over doubt, turned a fleeting moment into a turning point. This sign is life's quiet offering, a seed that grows only if you plant it. When opportunities appear, the reflex is to dismiss them as too small or not enough. But the Stoic asks, "What can I do with this?" That question transforms a morning of hesitation into one of possibility. Seneca advises, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Javier could have imagined the freelance job as a risk, fearing failure or wasted effort. Stoicism calls us to see opportunities as they are, chances to act, not guarantees of success. Each morning as you navigate life's flow, pause to ask, what openings are before me? It might be a colleague's suggestion, a course advertisement, or a sudden idea that excites you. Act on one, however small, perhaps emailing a contact or exploring a new skill. Javier's cafe decision was his Stoic pivot, a single choice that reshaped his path. If doubt persists, say the opportunity feels daunting, reflect calmly. What's within your control? You can't ensure outcomes, but you can take one step, like Javier's designs, without overthinking the future. Opportunities are life's subtle invitations. A barista's chance to cater an event leads to a side business. A student's random internship application opens a dream career. These moments, met with Stoic action, signal transformation. Stoic Pulse urges us to see these openings as gifts, not burdens. Javier's story proves that small sparks can ignite profound change. Start your morning by noting one opportunity, however minor, and commit to exploring it, setting a tone of courage. As we move forward, we'll explore how losing connections clears space for your new path. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's shifts. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's continue uncovering the signs of your life's rebirth. Sign 5, you're losing people who were once close. As we journey deeper into the Stoic signs of life's transformation, having seized the subtle openings that spark change, we now face a sign that carries the sting of loss. You're losing people who were once close. Life's unfolding may bring new opportunities, but it also shifts the bonds that once anchored you. Friends drift, conversations falter, and those who shared your past seem to fade, leaving a quiet ache of loneliness. This pain can feel like a personal failing, tempting you to cling to what's slipping away. Yet Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus teach us to see this not as loss, but as alignment, a clearing of space for connections that match your evolving path. With Stoic Pulse as our guide, we'll explore this sign, recognizing it as a beacon of a life realigning with purpose. Picture Amara, a nurse in a busy hospital who recently began wellness training to pursue a holistic health career. Her evenings, once spent laughing with a tight-knit group of coworkers, now revolve around studying nutrition and meditation. At first, her friends cheer her ambition, but soon their chats grow strained. Invitations to late-night outings dwindle, and Amara overhears a colleague mock her New Age goals. The distance stings. She misses their camaraderie, and self-doubt creeps in. Am I pushing them away? Should I just stay the same? But Amara recalls a Stoic lesson. One morning as she sips tea before a shift, she reflects, "What can I control? Not their opinions, but my path." She lets go of the need to please, focusing on her training. At a wellness workshop, she meets peers who share her vision, their support igniting her passion. A year later, Amara launches a health coaching practice, surrounded by a new community that lifts her higher. The fading of old ties wasn't a failure. It was a signal, clearing the way for a life true to her calling. Seneca teaches, no person has the power to have everyone they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have. Amara's loss of old friends was beyond her control, but her choice to embrace her path was hers alone. Stoicism doesn't ask us to harden our hearts. It urges us to accept that not all bonds are meant to endure. Epictetus says, there is only one way to happiness. Cease worrying about things beyond our will. Amara's happiness lay in aligning with her purpose, not clinging to connections misaligned with her growth. This sign is life's pruning, trimming branches that no longer bear fruit to make room for new growth. When relationships fade, the reflex is to chase what's gone. But the Stoic asks, is this bond serving my virtue? That question transforms a morning of loneliness into one of clarity. Marcus Aurelius advises, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Amara's mind, not her co-workers' approval, shaped her future. Stoicism calls us to see loss as a natural part of transformation, not a verdict on our worth. Each morning, pause to ask, who aligns with my path today? If a friendship feels forced, reflect calmly. What's within your control? You can't force others to stay, but you can nurture your growth, like Amara's focus on her training. Journal one action to connect with those who share your values, perhaps joining a group or reaching out to a like-minded peer. If loneliness persists, set boundaries with draining ties, freeing energy for new bonds. This practice builds a habit of alignment, honed in small moments, a kind farewell to a fading friend, an open heart to a new one. Loss paves the way for connection. A writer leaves a toxic critique group, finding a mentor who inspires. A parent drifts from old playdate friends, bonding with those who share their values. These shifts, met with Stoic grace, signal transformation. Stoic Pulse urges us to see fading ties as space for growth, not failure. Amara's story proves that loss clears the path for true alignment. Start your morning by honoring one relationship that lifts you, setting a tone of purpose. As we move forward, we'll explore how confusion signals your rebirth. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's shifts. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's continue uncovering the signs of your life's transformation. Sign 6, you're feeling lost and confused. As we traverse deeper into the Stoic signs heralding life's transformation, having embraced the shedding of old connections as a step toward alignment, we now encounter a sign that clouds the heart with uncertainty. You're feeling lost and confused. Life's path may twist unexpectedly, leaving you adrift, questioning your purpose, your choices, or even who you are. This disorientation, like a fog settling over a once clear trail, can spark doubt, tempting you to see it as failure. Yet Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus teach us to view this confusion as a chrysalis, a necessary phase where the old self dissolves to birth the new. With Stoic Pulse as our compass, we'll explore this sign, recognizing it as a beacon of a life on the cusp of rebirth. Picture Nia, a marketing manager in a fast-paced tech firm whose career once sparkled with ambition. Her days of crafting campaigns and leading teams filled her with pride. But lately, a quiet unease has taken root. The strategies that once excited her feel hollow. Meetings blur into noise. She questions her role. Is this what I want? Am I even good enough? At home, she stares at her laptop, scrolling aimlessly, the fog of doubt thickening. The urge to pivot, to explore teaching or consulting, flickers, but fear of the unknown looms large. One morning, Nia recalls a Stoic lesson. She sits with a journal asking, what is this confusion teaching me? The answer surfaces. Her current path no longer fits, but a new one is forming. She takes a small step, enrolling in an online teaching course, testing her instincts. Weeks later, her passion reignites as she mentors a colleague, and a local school invites her to guest lecture. Nia's disorientation wasn't a dead end. It was a signal guiding her toward a life aligned with her evolving purpose. Epictetus teaches, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Nia's confusion could have paralyzed her, but her reaction, reflecting, acting, paved the way forward. Stoicism doesn't promise clarity in every moment. It offers a way to navigate the fog with purpose. Seneca says, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Nia's imagined fears, failure, inadequacy, amplified her doubt. But Stoicism urged her to see confusion as a process, not a verdict. This sign is life's crucible, melting old certainties to forge a new self. When you feel lost, the reflex is to panic, to demand answers. But the Stoic asks, "What can I learn from this?" That question transforms a morning of uncertainty into one of exploration, setting the stage for transformation. Marcus Aurelius advises, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Nia's power lay in choosing to explore her confusion, not flee it. Stoicism calls us to embrace disorientation as a sign of growth, a shedding of what no longer serves you. Each morning, pause to ask, where am I uncertain? What small step can I take? It might be a career shift, a new hobby, or simply admitting you're unsure. Journal one insight, like Nia's course enrollment, to ground your thoughts. If doubt persists, perhaps the future feels too murky, reflect calmly. What's within your control? You can't map the entire path, but you can take one step, trusting it leads somewhere true. This practice builds a habit of curiosity, honed in small moments. A question explored, a fear named, a possibility tested. Confusion is a universal herald of change. A retiree unsure of their next chapter tries volunteering, finding purpose. A student lost in major choices audits a new class, discovering passion. These moments met with Stoic courage signal rebirth. Stoic Pulse urges us to see disorientation as a gift, not a flaw. Nia's story proves that confusion is the cocoon of transformation. Start your morning by naming one uncertainty and one action to explore it, setting a tone of openness. As we move forward, we'll explore how inner peace signals your breakthrough. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's shifts. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's continue uncovering the signs of your life's transformation. Sign 7. You feel a deep sense of peace, despite chaos. As we near the culmination of our Stoic journey through the signs of life's transformation, having navigated the fog of confusion as a harbinger of rebirth, we now embrace the most profound signal of all. You feel a deep sense of peace despite chaos. Life's tempests may rage, financial strain, fractured relationships, or relentless pressures. Yet within you blooms an unshakable calm, a quiet trust that all is aligning for your breakthrough. This serenity, defying logic, is no illusion. It's your soul's recognition of a greater plan unfolding. Those who lack Stoic wisdom mistake this peace for denial. But Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus teach us to see it as the pinnacle of inner strength, a sign that your transformation is imminent. With Stoic Pulse as our guide, we'll explore this final sign, recognizing it as the beacon of a life ready to flourish. Picture Malik, a single parent and delivery driver, grappling with mounting challenges. Bills pile up after a car repair, his teenage son struggles at school, and a recent layoff threat looms at work. The weight of these burdens could crush him, each day a battle to keep afloat. Yet one morning, as he drives through the pre-dawn streets, a strange calm settles over him. Despite the chaos, he feels an inexplicable assurance. This will pass. I'm where I need to be. Doubt flickers. How can he feel peace when everything's falling apart? But Malik recalls a Stoic lesson. He pauses at a stoplight, breathing deeply, and asks, "What can I control?" He focuses on his actions, supporting his son with nightly talks, budgeting tightly, and upskilling through free online courses. His calm guides him to volunteer at a community center, where a manager offers him a stable job. Months later, Malik's life stabilizes. His son thrives, and he's training to become a counselor. That inner peace wasn't denial, it was a signal, heralding a life transformed by resilience and purpose. Marcus Aurelius teaches, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive." This peace, even amidst turmoil, is a reminder of life's gift, anchoring you in gratitude and trust. Malik's calm wasn't passive, it fueled deliberate action, aligning him with his breakthrough. Stoicism doesn't promise an end to chaos, it offers a way to stand serene within it. Epictetus says, there is only one way to happiness. Cease worrying about things beyond our will. Malik's happiness lay in focusing on his choices, not the chaos he couldn't control. This sign is life's quiet crescendo, where inner clarity shines through external storms, signaling your readiness for what's next. When peace emerges, the reflex is to question it, but the Stoic asks, how can I act from this strength? That question transforms a morning of turmoil into one of triumph. Seneca advises, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Malik could have imagined a doomed future, letting fear drown his calm. Stoicism urges us to trust this peace as truth, not delusion. Each morning pause to ask, where do I feel calm amidst the storm? It might be a quiet confidence despite unpaid bills or a steady heart amid conflict. Journal one action to build on this peace, like Malik's budgeting or volunteering. If chaos persists, perhaps new stressors arise, reflect calmly. What's within your control? You can't silence the storm, but you can act with clarity, like Malik's talks with his son. This practice builds a habit of serenity, honed in small moments, a deep breath during stress, a kind word despite pressure. Peace is transformation's herald. A student failing exams feels calm and studies anew, passing. A retiree facing health scares trusts their path and finds joy in small acts. These moments met with Stoic trust signal breakthroughs. Stoic Pulse calls us to see peace as power, not paradox. Malik's story proves that calm amidst chaos is your soul's compass. Start your morning by naming one source of peace and one action to honor it, setting a tone of strength. As we conclude, we'll reflect on weaving these signs into a transformed life. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's shifts. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth. And let's complete our journey through the signs of your life's transformation. Our Stoic odyssey through these 7 signs, from Maya's restless urge to Malik's serene trust amidst chaos, unveils a timeless truth. Life's challenges are not barriers, but signals of transformation. Each sign, whether Arjun's pursuit of growth or Layla's resilience through setbacks, reflects the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, guiding you to embrace change with clarity and courage. Epictetus teaches, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reactions to doubt, loss, or unexpected openings shape a life aligned with virtue. Stoic Pulse has illuminated these signs to transform your perspective, not with fleeting hope, but with enduring strength. From journaling your restlessness like Maya to acting on small opportunities like Javier, each step forges a path through life's storms. This journey isn't about escaping hardship, but about meeting it with purpose, crafting a life of resilience and meaning. As you carry these Stoic lessons forward, Let them guide you to see every struggle as a step toward rebirth. Which sign spoke to you most? Share it below. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic insights and comment "Inner Peace" to join our community of seekers. Thank you for walking this path with me. Let's keep embracing the signs that lead to a life of courage and clarity.